Another scorcher at Buttonwillow. We are here again for another test day on a Friday. This time it's with SoCal Drivers Club, so there's some cars out here. Not doing any driving this morning. It is currently CW13 configuration, and I'm only interested in the counterclockwise 13 configuration because Sunday Bimmer challenge, that's what we're doing. I'm just watching everybody else have fun right now while I do some computer work. Nothing really changed with the car. Got some new end plates for my splitter, the 3D ones I've been waiting for. Got a lighter battery, saved about 10 pounds. Other than that, it's all the same. So still trying to get comfortable with the car, figure out how to put this aero to good use, put down some spicy laps, hopefully this afternoon, try and figure out the configuration as quickly as possible so I can at least get a little bit of video and a little bit of data so I can go over that Saturday, hopefully get it all memorized, a little computer action, and then hop in the car Sunday morning for Bimmer challenge and put down something extra spicy. Hopefully it's a class record, but you know, we'll see what happens. Yeah, I'll insert some clips of other people driving, gonna do a couple of inboards, and maybe I'll go over some data if I find anything that's interesting that maybe you guys can apply. Yeah, let's get to it.
Toasty. Just went out and did my first session of the day. It's a little after 3 right now. Did 2 push laps to cool down and then another 2 push laps. First series of push laps did a 52, low 52. Was on track to do a 51 on the second push, but I got a little greedy and decided to try and use second in the button hook. So not gonna do that again. It's a little too finicky. I think it's time to maybe upgrade to a CAE. So gonna try and marinate on this a little bit, think about the track and the different parts I need to, you know, make adjustments to, go back out, try and get another series, 2 series push laps, and come back in and see if I can get this in a few more times before the end of the day. Only have about an hour and a half to go, so got to move quickly. Be back soon.
super solid 2-hour session. Got in a ton of good push laps. I think I did about 15. That's way more than I usually do on a whole entire track day, let alone in a 2-hour period. So got in a ton of good data, a ton of good video, at least I hope I did. I hope it was recording. I'm gonna take a bunch of notes and come up with a game plan or an action plan. Every turn, every braking zone, every acceleration zone. You know, I like to do this that way I don't have to think what I'm doing when I go out there on a push lap, and I can pay attention to the smaller details, like what exactly is the car doing? Did I brake too late? Did I brake too soon? What adjustments I need to make, and it opens up my bandwidth a little bit so that I can focus on how to drive the car better instead of what am I supposed to be doing with the car. So we'll go over all that data in a video tomorrow since I'm not going to be driving, and come up with that action plan, and I'm going to try and memorize it, and I'll be thinking about it while I'm sleeping. So that way come Sunday morning, I'm going to put on a set of tires that only have 2 heat cycles on them, and I'm coming in super hot. I'm going to get that class record and hopefully get that win, and I cannot wait. These tires are absolutely cooked. 4 days, 2 days in the blazing heat was 90, or my truck says it's 96, my phone says it's 96. Last time I used these things, it was 104. So they're absolutely cooked. If you want them, let me know. Yeah, we're gonna push. We're gonna have some fun, and tomorrow's gonna suck, but Sunday, can't friggin' wait. So here is my data from yesterday. I have 3 laps from 3 different sessions. They're all within 130 thousandths of a second, so just over a tenth. But what you can see here with this bottom graph is that there's a huge discrepancy in the delta between the lap and different turns. So what I'm trying to do is understand or identify the points at which I'm slow on certain laps and the points on which I'm fast on other laps, and try and combine them to put together the ideal game plan for tomorrow. So the biggest one that sticks out is right here. The purple line represents my fastest, green second fastest, red is the slowest of the 3. And I lose 0.3 of a second right here from this straightaway after Phil Hill. And after looking at the video, I have a huge oversteer coming out of Phil Hill. I got on throttle while the car was still airborne, so when it came back down on the ground, it just stepped out. And that obviously led to a slower exit speed, which you can see I carry that lower speed all the way up into Riverside. But the difference is on that Riverside, I was a little bit easier coming off of the throttle, so I was on full throttle longer going in Riverside, and I slowly peel off the throttle, allowing the weight to transfer to the front, and I can kind of carry quite a bit of speed through Riverside, and then giving a little bit of maintenance throttle, looking for the exit or looking for this little straight section, and then I get on full throttle and carry that all the way to bus stop. There's a small black mark on the tarmac, kind of a little bit after the curbing starts, so I kind of reference that as my braking zone. Depending on how fast I'm going or how good my drive through Riverside is, will determine if I'm going to brake right at that spot or a little bit before it. But I gain almost 0.6 of a second just by blazing through Riverside as fast as I can. Try to carry the momentum through bus stop and clip as much curb as possible and getting on throttle right there, staying flat through that right. And then the big one where I think I continue to make up a ton of time is I do a very, very tiny lift going into Club Corner. I thought it was something I would need brakes for. I think potentially I could go flat through it, but that's going to be a pretty risky maneuver. So that's that section. If I can apply that to my fastest lap of the day, that's going to be a 0.6 gain right there. And then I made another mistake on this lap, and I totally blew the last 2 turns. That's off ramp. So in off ramp, I tried to find second gear, I think, and just totally blew it. And so probably just going to stay in third to keep it safe until I change my shifting unit. I'm just going to stay in third because it's not worth losing a lap because I couldn't get it down in time. So I'll take those into consideration and watch the video. Hopefully I can knock off a second from this, and that would give me a 150.0. But then again, that was on older tires and high temps. Tomorrow morning I'll put all this together, hopefully on a clean lap, and maybe produce a 48. We'll see what happens, but hopefully that does a decent job of explaining kind of how I go through this, and then I'll just back it up by watching the video and you take notes, and we'll come up with that game plan.
All right, this is my favorite part. This is where the lap comes together and I'm able to regurgitate it as best as I can, as quickly as I can, and if I can, do it in the same time frame that the lap would necessarily be in. So we're going up tomorrow morning, going for that qualifying lap, put down something extra. So we go up into Sunrise, very first turn. Gonna try and apex a little bit late, take advantage of the full straight, on third, maximum power. Hit the curbing on the left, use it all, don't go into the wall, grab fourth, going down the front straight, looking for a black delineation line, maybe 20 feet before the curbing, going into Sunset. Late on the brakes, down into third, pop off the brakes, let the car rotate, and then we're going to get on power as quickly as we can, get out of there onto the back straight through the S's, grab fourth, flat through the first right, flat through the second left, flat through the third turn, which is a right, and then we're going to maybe come off the throttle a little bit, coast over that second left, then hard on the brakes at the curbing of the right apex after that, carry that into sweeper, clip the left apex, come off the brakes, get the car turned, a little bit of maintenance throttle going through sweeper, looking for the exit, come off the throttle a little bit, let the weight transfer to the front digs in, looking for the exit, starts to squeeze on the power, get on power as best as you can, grab fourth a little bit early so you don't bang off the red line and lose a little bit of momentum, flat, going through up into Phil Hill, there's a little pocket, we're gonna brake right before the pocket, come off the brakes nice and early, don't early apex, but clip as much of that curbing on left as you can, car pops up in the air, two wheel is up, start to get on throttle, don't get greedy, as soon as that thing's on the ground, maximum power, all the juice, flat fourth, flat through the right, headed up towards Riverside, coming off of the throttle, let that weight transfer, carry as much speed as you can into Riverside, looking for a little straight section between Riverside and bus stop. As soon as I know that I'm safe, I'm not going to fly up the right side track, flat all the way through, staying flat all the way through that left, headed towards bus stop. There's a black tire mark, maybe 10 feet into the curbing. That's my brake reference. Going to decide if I need to brake sooner or later, depending on how fast I carry through Riverside. Go through bus stop, blast the curb halfway through the car, tires up in the air, clip it, hit the left curbing on exit. You're going full bogey, full beans mode, flatten fourth, over the right, headed in towards Club Corner, maybe go flat through it. It's going to be spicy, but we're going to maybe lift. I'm not sure. We'll find out tomorrow if I got the cojones. Going to carry that straight into Grapevine, going up the hill, brake last second, right before the peak of the hill, get the car slowed down, come off the brakes, carry a ton of speed going into Cotton Corners, down into third, carry speed over the hill, give it some juice, left foot brake, dab, turn right, keep it tidy. You're going to go make that next left as wide as you can, the biggest radius you can, carry the speed, maximum power, get on the power, take it down the straight, headed towards off ramp, awkward, uphill, off camber, downhill, weird braking zone, modulate it, get it turned, staying in third, don't try and shift second, got a finicky shifter, not trying to lose the whole lap because I don't get a second, looking over our left shoulder, looking for the exit, down there, power, get out of there, headed towards the home stretch, going on to the last Sunrise turn, we're going to brake as late as possible, you're way beyond halfway through the curbing, up on the left, hard on the brakes, get it turned, try and get on that power as soon as possible, take advantage of the straight, looking on the exit, you're freaking flying, dog, and you're grabbing the fourth, and you're getting and going home, and then you're going to go, and you're going to get that record. Woo, how to do. Looking for, trying to repeat that in a minute and 48 seconds if that's what I'm going for, but you get the point of the drill. Now that I have that memorized, all I have to do is drive the car tomorrow instead of think about driving the car tomorrow, and I think it helps a lot. Give it a try. End of the day, got my wheels and tires picked out for each corner, just had to go through and look at the treads a little bit to see which one should go on which. I want the best tire, passenger front, second best driver front, third passenger rear, and worst going on the back left corner. We'll see if that works out for me, but these have 2 events on them, but only 2 heat cycles. I was pretty kind to them. They've been sitting around for a while. We'll see if they can give me what I need tomorrow.
First on grid, just how I like it. No traffic, just focus, get it done. Afternoon now, pretty good day. Was aiming to get it done in the first session, which I was able to. Did 2 push laps, 149 followed by the 148 that I was aiming for, that I thought was in the data that I could hit with a little bit of a fresher tire. So got that done, good enough for first place, good enough for a class record. I'm pretty content with it, so I'm gonna just ride this feeling out for a little bit. Get to watch everyone else have some fun in this third session, just take some videos of my buddies and catch up with them for a little bit afterwards, put the car on the trailer, head home, celebrate with some In-N-Out, and get to work. So when we're here next month, I can put down that CW13 1 minute and 46 seconds. I'm digging for it. Need new tires, need some more talent, but I'm gonna find it. So we'll see you guys.